Hey guys, coming at you from the future here. Had some information that I wanted to get to you guys to make sure you didn't miss out on a great opportunity. So if you've been around, which most of you guys probably have, you'll know I did a video completely soundproofing the inside of my truck, adding a bunch of insulation into it, and the company Killmat provided a full set of 4 boxes of Killmat and 4 boxes of Noico foam as a giveaway to one of you guys. How it worked was basically I went through and drew a random comment from the comments of that video, and one of you guys was selected to win that. I ended up selecting the winner, I think 2 or 3 days after the video went live, after things had kind of died down a little bit. And I think we had like 4,000 or 5,000 views on the video at that point, which was pretty good. It's about what I expected to get out of it. But for whatever reason, after that, probably a week or so after that, the video just exploded. I think it's sitting just under 40,000 views right now, which, if you're some of those people, thank you very much. You guys are totally awesome. I don't know what made the video go off, but that was by far the fastest growing video I've ever released. So, with that being said, there was a ton of people that tried to get entered in for the giveaway that weren't really entered in because it had already happened. And so I reached back out to Killmat and I said, hey, I explained the situation to him. I said, hey, there's a bunch of people that are interested, but they kind of came in after the giveaway was complete. Would you be interested in doing another giveaway? Give those people another chance. And they said, yes, they would totally be down to do that. So we are going to be giving away a full another set of 4 boxes of Killmat, 4 boxes of Noico foam, which is over a $400 value and enough to coat the entire inside of a crew cab truck top to bottom, probably with some extra. Going to be giving that away. Same routine as before, but to give back to Killmat a little bit, the winner of this giveaway is going to need to be following Killmat on Instagram. I believe their Instagram, I'll put it on the screen below, but believe it's Killmat USA. So go follow them on Instagram and go make sure you have a comment left on that video. I think it's titled Fully Soundproofing my 7.3 liter Powerstroke. And leave a comment saying that you're interested in the giveaway. And if you have left a comment on it already and you're still interested, it would help if you provided your Instagram tag. I know this is going to be a little tricky because we're going back to an old video. Hopefully most of you guys see this, but we're doing a whole nother giveaway and I wanted to let you guys know. So go back to the video, leave a comment, follow Killmat on Instagram, and you will have another chance to win a full set of sound insulation. Thank you, Killmat, for making this possible. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure the subscribers appreciate it. So with that, I'm going to stop rambling up front, and I'll let you guys watch this video. Hopefully you enjoy it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, thanks for tuning in. Today I am working on something that I said I was going to do quite a long time ago and just never got around to doing it. So today's the day to start. If you've been around for a little while, you know that I have a lot of different powder coating underneath my hood, and I've worked decently hard to try to clean things up under there. By no means is it a show truck in the slightest bit at all, anywhere close. But I have put in some effort to try to make things look a little bit nicer under there. So I have a whole lot of powder coating done under the hood. Back when I was doing all that, I said I was interested in making a custom engine cover for the engine itself to kind of cover up all the other wires and hoses and stuff that you don't really need to see. And I think it would help clean it up and make it look a little bit nicer under there. Now, I could use the factory cover that came with the truck. Just that rounded plastic Powerstroke cover, and I thought about it, but I kind of want to do something a little unique. Everybody, or almost everybody, has those, and so I wanted to do something that kind of stood out. When you looked at it, you knew that wasn't original. You knew somebody put some work into it. And so yeah, that's kind of what my goal is for this. So I'm up under the hood of the truck. Let me show you guys what we're looking at. I will have to say, excuse the fact that it is incredibly dusty. The powder coating doesn't look nearly as nice when it's covered in dust, but it is what it is. It's under the hood of a truck out in the country, so it gets dirty. But let me hop up under the hood of the truck, show you guys what we're looking at, and kind of talk through a little bit of what my plans are. I'm thinking today I'm going to try to get the design kind of rough draft out. I'll probably start with cardboard and kind of stencil it out and see if I can get a good design that I like. And then from there, I'll be transferring it over to this metal or to the steel. And from the steel, I'll either paint it or powder coat it. Haven't decided yet, but starting with cardboard for now, roughing things out, should hopefully make things go a little smoother. So let's hop under the hood of the truck. Let me show you guys what we're looking at. All right, so I'll try to keep the camera steady, standing up on a step stool here. But here you go. As you can see, like I was saying, got a number of things powder coated under the hood. Everything is very dusty under here. Ignore the wiring over there. It's messy, but extremely functional. Haven't figured out how to clean that up yet, but that's not our focus today. Focus today is this. Yeah, powder coat looks a lot nicer when it's not dusty, but you know, it is what it is. So what we're working on today is putting the cover on, or starting to design the cover to cover up this mess of wiring and lines and stuff. As you can tell, if you're new here, I don't have my fuel bowl in here anymore. I have a fully custom built fuel system. Partially goes off the CNC 4-line feed kit with my own custom regulated return. Not a lot of stuff in here is stock anymore. Even without the fuel bowl here, it still looks a little more cluttered than I would like. And so my plan is to build a cover off the factory bracket, which let me grab here real quick. So here's the factory bracket. I believe it sits just like that. That's what the plastic cap normally sits on. And so what I'm going to use is probably use this factory bracket and then use that to go from there, using that as the mounting platform to build off of. So my plan is to try to get a piece of steel that will kind of shape to the things around it. Before, the plastic cover was just kind of a rectangular thing that sat there. I'm going to try to get it so that it kind of wraps up with the intercooler piping and kind of has an angle on the top, and then maybe comes out over this stuff a little bit more. I'm hoping, it looks like I might have to space it up a little bit off of the studs. We'll see. Covering the lines there, covering the hose there, maybe go over the belt a little bit. I don't know, I probably won't extend too far out this way. Might not even go all the way over this line. As you can tell, I really am not sure how I'm going to do it yet or what it's going to end up looking like. And that's the point of the cardboard. Kind of just experiment, see what I think looks good. But that's what I'm going to be working on today, is seeing if I can get that mocked up and then transferred on over to steel. If you're interested on almost anything I have done in here, I think I have a video on everything that you see. Turbo back there, up pipes, pusher intake, Mishimoto coolant reservoir, the wiring stuff, fuse and relay block. Everything I basically have a video on, even the fuel system stuff. The CNC fuel system stuff was right at the beginning of my YouTube journey. Not my best videos, but it is what it is. I do have videos on all of that stuff if you're interested. But I'm going to stop rambling and just kind of get to work, and I'll give you guys an update a little farther down the road when I figure out what things are looking like.
Got off the wires when I close my eyes, disconnected and tired. I see you, yeah. And I know you keep shots fired. It's shots fired. I was wrong, but I made it right. You came begging day and night. I don't wanna hit the bottom. Don't go out of your state of mind. I've been counting 1 to 10. I'll be back when you be dim. With my music again and again. I see. Yeah, I see you go down. Yeah, I see you go down. I see. Yeah, I see you go down. Yeah, I see you go down. And I know you keep asking me. Flames and fire. I know you are done with me. It's just fired. I see you go down. Yeah, I see you go down. I see you go down. Yeah, I see you. Just fired.
Alright guys, we got everything all mostly buttoned up or fabbed up. All the concept and main idea is done. I think I'll just show you guys it and then I'll throw it up on the truck so you guys can kind of see it, what it looks like actually on the truck as well, because it's kind of hard to visualize when it's just on the table in front of me. So I ended up just making a cardboard template of it so I could kind of put it up there, make minor adjustments, cut it a little bit, take it back off, and it wasn't work with steel the whole time. And this made it a lot easier to do, a lot quicker. And then I traced it onto some steel and actually made it out of steel, which took a little bit because I don't have exactly the best tools to be doing this kind of stuff, but we're able to make it work. Didn't turn out perfect by any means. If I had like a metal brake, would have been really nice to have, but made do with what I had, as you guys could see in the vise. Hammering on it to get the bend nice at a clean 90. Ended up putting some ridges and valleys in the edge of it, which isn't ideal, but if I choose to down the road, it would be pretty darn easy to replicate this now that I have it done. So yeah, here is the engine cover itself. I do plan on adding some more design work to it, but I really wanted to get your guys' opinion on it before I went that route. Initially, I was thinking, I'm sure a lot of you guys are aware of what the Sinister diesel engine cover looks like. I initially was thinking of going something along that route of taking this into a shop nearby here in town and having them cut out or do a laser cutout or water jet cutout a design out of the sheet metal on this and then inlay a piece of metal or finely knit mesh behind it. And I'd probably end up having this black with the inlay behind it as the matching red to match the rest of the powder coating in the truck. I think I have a pretty good idea of what I'm going for on this. Keep putting it down and bringing it back up, but I'm thinking have Powerstroke along the bottom here, but have the P of the Powerstroke kind of like those big stickers you see, especially with those Cummins guys out there running the big stickers on their windows, but kind of have the P be a larger P that kind of fills up this area around here. Make it proportional, but have it like that with the smaller lettering as the rest of Powerstroke. And then I really wanted it in a integrate something along with International, because obviously they're the ones that actually made this engine. And so I was thinking about cutting out, or having them cut out, the International logo up on this upper area up here. Obviously none of this is set in stone. I would love to get your guys' opinion on it. I also considered the fact, or the idea of, two other things: getting an old school like vintage sign, either an old school like vintage Ford sign or an old school vintage International Harvester sign, and riveting it onto the front of this. I think it'd be kind of cool, but I'm not sure how well it would tie in with the intercooler piping and everything else. But I thought that was a pretty cool idea. Another thing I thought of was, instead of doing any of that stuff, either wrap it or hydro dip it into like a cool carbon fiber type look, or something along those lines. So I want to know what your guys' opinions are, or what your guys' ideas are. I'm sure you guys can think of plenty more options than I can. But let me know what you think, whether you like one of my ideas or you have another idea of your own. What would you guys do to this if it was going on your truck, or if you're trying to match it to my truck? So that's the engine cover. I also ended up having to fab up a new bracket to mount it on, which is here. Originally I was planning on using the plastic factory bracket, but it is, my original one is, I ended up not using it for two reasons. My original one did crack in the past. One of the mounting points on it cracked, and so I epoxied it back together, but it was still starting to crack again, and it wasn't quite as tall as I would have liked. And so this engine cover would have been resting on top of one of my fuel lines and my heater core line. I don't think it would have caused issues. It was barely touching, but I figured that's cracked already. I might as well just go through and fab up another bracket. And so that's what I did. It's not overly pretty, but it is stout. Cut out, I took the factory bolts, you should be able to see it, took the factory bolts and put them up top there, and then cut out the back where that way I can get to, or easily get to, the mounting bolts or nuts down below. So you can kind of see it's cut out just like that. Should make it pretty easy. And then I just tack welded those down into place, as well as tack welded the bolts into place, so I don't have to worry about holding them while I'm tightening it. So I think that should work pretty well. I think that's all there is to say about it. Let me throw it on the truck and then show you guys what it looks like up there, and maybe that'll give you some more ideas of what to do with this. So let me do that real quick and I'll show you guys it. Here we go. Excuse the dusty engine bay. I swear I just cleaned this thing, but got dusty again. But here's what we're looking at. That is how it fits. Not sure how well you'll be able to see it back there. The glare's a little rough, but we've got room all the way around it. I think it looks pretty darn good. You can see clearances between the belts. There's plenty. Overall, I'd say it's sitting pretty darn good. And whenever I end up getting it finished with, will really clean up the engine bay a lot compared to what it used to be. Now, that being said, it is a little more wobbly than I would like, and I think that's partially because this is definitely heavier gauge steel than I need to go with. I might end up going through, picking up some lighter gauge metal, and just remaking it up real quick. I don't think that would be a bad option. But overall, you guys can kind of get the concept of it. I might go through and reinforce the mounting bracket a little bit more. Add some struts all the way from top to bottom, because right now it's just basically able to pivot, and I'm guessing it's pivoting on that lower edge where I don't have any bracing. It's just a 90-degree angle in the metal. So I think doing that would probably stiffen it up quite a bit. But you guys can kind of get the idea of what I'm shooting for now. Got it nice and cut out around the regulated return. I think it's looking pretty darn good.
So let me know what you guys think of what would look good design-wise to finish it off with. I would love to get your guys' opinion on it, as well as I would really be interested in knowing if any of you guys are interested in having some of these made for you, whether you'd be willing to purchase it. Obviously, nobody wants to buy from Sinister anymore because of their reputation. I would be interested in knowing if any of you guys would be willing to buy one of these. Obviously, it would be different than this a little bit because you guys don't have the regulated return there and everything. So I got a buddy that owns a stock 7.3, and it would take a little bit of fabricating and mounting up to get it to work properly with that. But it'd be a little more centered because we're not dealing with this, so it'd probably center it more or just bring it out more and have it cover the same distance. But have it something along these lines with a cool design in it. Let me know if any of you guys would be interested in doing that. I don't know what the price would be at this point. It would take some figuring out, running some numbers, and depending on how many people are interested. But I myself am interested in doing that if any of you guys think you might want to buy something like that. So let me know about that below. I think it could be pretty cool. It's also a nice way to help support the channel because obviously this didn't cost me much, but as you can tell, a lot of the other stuff cost me a lot of money, especially my last video. If you saw that, I went through and completely explained how much I've put into this truck, and it's a lot. So kind of doing stuff like that helps me support the channel. Obviously, I'm still putting in work to do it, but it allows me to make some money on my end to help do more stuff like this for you guys. So let me know if you guys would be interested in stuff like that. Let me know what you think would be the best way to finish that off with, design, color, whatever. Curious to hear what you guys say. Powder coating is all nice and dusty there, but take a nice look at that. Hopefully it focuses for you guys. Absolutely love that illusion cherry. Beautiful stuff. So I'm going to hop down before I fall down, and we'll close out this video. So there you guys go. That's what it looks like. Obviously, I basically already asked you all my questions while we were up there looking at it. But let me know what you guys think about that. Leave it down in the comments below. I am very interested in knowing what you guys think. Changes you might make, design elements you would change. Obviously, it's still definitely a work in progress. I might go through and completely remake it with some lower gauge steel or higher gauge steel, depending on how you want to read it. Some lighter gauge steel. And I think I'm almost definitely going to go through and reinforce that mounting bracket just a little bit more. But overall, I'm pretty darn happy with how it's turning out. I think when it's finished, it should really, really, really clean up the engine bay. Obviously, all the stuff around it is still a bit dirty. But as far as the centerpiece goes, I think it will be pretty sweet once it's done. Again, if anybody's interested in having some of these made, once I kind of nail down a design, hit me up, let me know. I'm not sure what prices will be, but we can figure something out, figure out what materials cost, labor, and time, and especially if I'm having them laser cut out or plasma cut out, that'll definitely add some cost to it because I'm not doing that in-house. But we'll see. Cross that bridge when we get there. As always, if you guys like the video, leave it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I should be able to get back to everybody. To all my new subscribers that are new here, the sound insulating video just blew up, and there's a lot of new people here. So thanks for joining in. Hopefully you found it entertaining. With that, hopefully you guys had a good weekend. I'll catch you guys next time.